Gold Rush fans have complained about a lot this season on the show, but Fred Lewis mostly tops the list. There are also fans that have complained about the Clayton brothers for different reasons. However, when fans saw how Fred treated the brothers in the last episode, they were completely on the brothers' side. Here is what Fred did to the Claytons and why fans are mad. Fred Lewis has done a lot this season to anger Gold Rush fans. From the start, it seemed fans saw Fred as a joke. In every episode when he appeared, the narrator mentioned Fred was a veteran. It soon became a drinking game for fans to take a shot every time someone mentioned it. Fred then made it worse by bringing it up all the time. When he lashed out at fans for complaining, it made it worse. Instead of seeing viewers hit over the head with it over and over, he acted like viewers were insulting veterans. However, it was just about Fred and how people saw him. Things were worse as the season wore on, and Fred made some of the worst decisions in Gold Rush history. It looked like he was completely clueless, or he was sabotaging his own efforts at success. However, despite everything Fred did wrong, he still seems to act like he is a gold mining expert and talks down to people all the time. This week, he aimed his arrogance at the Clayton brothers. What made it worse was that fans saw him as hypocritical in the situation. The Clayton brothers needed help when their equipment broke down. They went to Fred for help, which made sense because Fred has asked for help more than once this season as well, for the same reason. However, Fred and his crew dismissed the Clayton brothers. It was also made worse when Fred Stepson commented that the Clayton brothers aren't cursed, and said that they just break things. This is especially interesting since Fred pulled his own son off some equipment a few weeks back since he was accused of breaking things. Gold Rush fans were not taking this disrespect from Fred Lewis. On Reddit, everyone began ripping into Lewis in the thread for the new episode. The Claytons have had bad luck too, but they actually have some knowledge and experience to back up them being there in the first place, one fan argued. You take Buzz out of the Lewis crew, and you've basically got a bunch of kids playing in a sandbox for the first time. Another pointed out that the Clayton brothers had a breakdown, and Fred wouldn't loan them anything. However, when Fred's crew broke things, he had excuses every time. Another said that Fred's crew was all talking bad about the Claytons, but Fred and his cohorts have little room to talk. What are your thoughts about how Fred Lewis treated the Clayton brothers on Gold Rush? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Sean S. Lilos has been a freelance writer for over 25 years and is a voting member of the Oklahoma Film Critics Circle. He is also a published author with a book about the Stephen King Dollar Baby filmmakers. Gold Rush. Fans bash Fred for his treatment of the Claytons. In the world of reality television, few shows have captivated audiences quite like Gold Rush. The show, which chronicles the high-stakes world of gold mining in the Alaskan wilderness, has seen its fair share of drama and conflict over the years. However, the recent fallout surrounding Fred Lewis and the Clayton family has ignited a firestorm of fan criticism, leading to a heated debate over fairness, teamwork, and the ethics of reality TV setting. The scene Gold Rush is known not only for its thrilling gold mining endeavors, but also for the interpersonal dynamics between its cast members. Fred Lewis, a newcomer to the series, initially appeared to bring a fresh perspective and an eagerness to succeed. However, as the season progressed, his treatment of the Clayton family, a duo of experienced miners, left many fans feeling unsettled. The Claytons, who have been a part of the mining community for years, brought valuable expertise and a strong work ethic to the team. They were not only skilled miners, but also seasoned veterans of the harsh realities of life in the wilderness. When Fred took charge of their mining operation, the expectations were high. Fans hoped to see a collaboration that would blend Fred's ambition with the Claytons' experience. Instead, What unfolded was a situation that many viewers found frustrating and unjust. The beginning of tension initially, Fred's leadership style seemed promising. He had big plans and a vision for success, but as the stakes rose, so did the pressure. Fans quickly noticed a shift in Fred's demeanor. Instead of fostering an inclusive atmosphere, he began to micromanage, dismissing the Claytons' input and expertise. This led to a series of contentious exchanges that aired on television, showcasing Fred's increasingly authoritative approach. What particularly irked fans was Fred's tendency to overlook the Claytons' contributions. In the world of mining, every ounce of gold counts. Essential. However, Fred's insistence on doing things his way alienated the Claytons, who felt sidelined and undervalued. Viewers began to question whether Fred's actions were driven by a desire to prove himself at the expense of his team members. Fan reactions as the episodes progressed. Social media exploded with criticism aimed at Fred. Hashtags like #TeamClayton and #FredIceWrong started trending, as fans voiced their outrage over what they perceived as unfair treatment. Many viewers expressed sympathy for the Claytons, feeling that their hard work and knowledge were being disregarded. Comments ranged from support for the Claytons' plight to calls for Fred to step back and listen to his team. One fan tweeted, "Fred needs to remember he's not the only one on this journey. The Claytons have been in this game longer than he has." Another commented, "It's frustrating to watch someone who has so little experience dismiss those who know what they're doing. Come on, Fred." The backlash was not limited to social media. Reality TV forums were abuzz with discussions about the ethical implications of Fred's leadership style. Viewers argued that television shows often amplify conflict for drama, but when real people's livelihoods are on the line, the stakes become even more significant. Many fans began to question whether Fred's behavior was just a ploy for screen time or if he genuinely believed he was making the right choices. The climax of conflicted tension reached its peak during a critical episode where the team faced equipment failure and a dwindling budget. Instead of collaborating with the Claytons to find a solution, Fred chose to unilaterally decide on a course of action, leading to further missteps. The Claytons, who had already been feeling sidelined, found themselves at a breaking point. In a particularly heated exchange, one of the Claytons confronted Fred, urging him to consider their suggestions. Fred, however, retorted with a dismissive tone, arguing that he had a vision that needed to be executed. This confrontation left fans stunned, with many expressing disbelief that Fred could be so out of touch with the team dynamic. The fallout from this episode was palpable. Many fans noted how Fred's approach not only undermined team morale, but also jeopardized their chances of striking gold. Viewers who had once rooted for Fred began to shift their allegiance to the Claytons, who they felt represented the heart of the show: hard work, perseverance, and collaboration. The aftermath as the season drew to a close, the aftermath of the conflict remained. Fred, aware of the backlash, took to social media to address the situation. He expressed regret for the way things had unfolded and acknowledged the Claytons' expertise. However, many fans felt that his apologies were too little, too late. Some viewers even speculated about the potential for a rift between Fred and the production team, suggesting that his actions might have consequences beyond the screen. After all, reality TV thrives on relationships, and the damage done to the team dynamic could have lasting repercussions for future seasons. In the world of Gold Rush, where trust and teamwork are paramount, Fred's treatment of the Claytons has sparked a broader conversation about leadership and respect in high-pressure environments. Fans are left wondering how the events of this season will influence the dynamics of the show moving forward, and whether Fred will be able to redeem himself in the eyes of the audience. Conclusion: the recent controversies surrounding Fred Lewis and the Claytons on Gold Rush serve as a poignant reminder of the complexities inherent in reality television. While viewers tune in for the excitement of gold mining and the thrill of adventure, they also become invested in the personal relationships that develop on screen. Fred's missteps have sparked a wave of criticism, but they also underscore the importance of teamwork, communication, and respect. As fans continue to rally behind the Claytons, the hope remains that this experience will lead to a more collaborative and respectful environment in the future. The journey for gold is fraught with challenges, but it is the bonds forged in the heat of those challenges that ultimately define success, both on the screen and in life. The question remains: will Fred learn from this experience, or will the lessons of this season be lost in the pursuit of gold? Only time will tell.